Crafting dreams from bits and bytes. Microsoft Magic, it's out of sight. Got a Copilot, watch it take flight. Guiding through the code day and night. Crafting dreams from bits and bytes. Microsoft Magic, it's out of sight. Got a Copilot, watch it take flight. Guiding through the code day and night. Crafting dreams from bits and bytes. Microsoft Magic, it's out of sight.
Can you hear me now? I had to do some tweaks on the back end. If you're out there in chat, Mike and Brandy, I see you couldn't hear me. Let me know if you can hear me now. While I wait for that confirmation, let me get a sharing going again. Always when you're live. Share that there. Bring that over. If you're out there, let me know if you can hear me. I hope that you can. All right, I got confirmation that you can hear me now. Appreciate that. Thank you both, Mike and Brandy, for confirming that. I did have a session, it might be session 1 or 2 or something way back, where I did like half the show before somebody said something. So I'm trying not to repeat that. I'm glad you helped me out immensely. Thank you. We are back in business. All right. We're going to keep it rolling. So we're here. Only thing you missed is my typical intro, welcoming you to another Cap for Copilot. And we're just going to be here geeking out on Copilot and things like that. So without further ado, certainly use the chat, as Mike and Brandy are, to let me know you're out there. And if you have any questions, want to interact with me, I am more than happy to take questions and pivot. What I was going to do that I realized I really haven't done before is kind of go through the new UI of Copilot, new as of, I don't know, last few weeks or so, where we move some things from the left to the right, or the right to the left, and added a few things as well. And so I don't think we ever really dove into those in any previous episodes. So I thought I'd go ahead and take a look at that. So we are here in the M365 Copilot app. I mean, there are many ways to get to Copilot. In this show, for instance, I often come into Teams to do it, and of course it's integrated into the M365 apps and all that good stuff, but it does have its own integrated app. You may actually have 2 or even 3 Copilot apps, depending on the flavor. The one I'm using is the fully licensed Copilot, which you can tell by the Work Web tab. You might have an app for Copilot Chat, which is the unlicensed version, or you might have an app for, an app for the consumer Copilot, maybe on your personal PC. It is the one app, that doesn't have the M365, black bar on it. In fact, I don't know if I can make this bigger. Yeah, you can kind of see there the M365, the black bar. So that's kind of the enterprise version versus the consumer version. I don't know. I could take some feedback in terms of whether I should, in this series, spend some more time on the consumer version. I mean, typically, I work with enterprises, and I think a lot of the folks that watch this are coming from, using it at work. But I'd be interested to know if people want to see more about the consumer version. It's different and the same, I guess, at the same time. And in fact, I think I can bring that up. Do I have a good? Let's see. I think it's .microsoft.com. So this is, and again, I'm not signed in here, but this is the consumer version, the one that you would see on the commercials. At its heart, it does the same things, but it is different. I mean, the enterprise version has the enterprise data protection. You can see from the green shield there. So that's, promising things like not training any public models, keeping your information secure and private and things like that. You don't have those same protections on the consumer side. But again, people might be interested in kind of seeing what they can do with the personal version. I'm happy to do that as well. they do get some things differently. You can see, for instance, there's a deep reasoning option here that is not yet on the enterprise version. Also, this is the one that talks to you, not yet available on the enterprise version. So there are some differences that could be worth mentioning. Um, yeah, you like to hear about both versions. You're in the GCC environment, like to see the differences between consumer, enterprise, and government. Yeah, agreed. Okay. I'll keep that in mind in terms of showing those differences. Yeah, I know for government, you guys got Copilot Chat, I think, launched just a few days ago. So exciting times there. When I do talk about the personal, I will try to make that very clear because, again, I don't want an enterprise user using this and making the assumption that it's like, enterprise ready. It is not meant for enterprise. It is meant for the consumer world. But in any case, with this guy, let's get a little tour of things that are going around. You've used the consumer version at home. You'd like to see the difference to compare, though. Okay. Yep. Well, I will say one difference here, obviously, is none of these things are on the consumer version, which means no use of these agents in the agent store, the notebooks, the create, enterprise search. None of those are part of the consumer version. Conversely, so what are the consumer folks getting that we're not at this point right now? More about the talking to you.
Hey there, I'm Copilot.
I don't know if you can hear that, but you choose a voice to talk to you, and then the deep reasoning, things like that. And they're just on different development paths, so they're not trying to follow each other. They're just two different apps, but again, both Copilot and both AI chat. So let's take a little look though about what we've got here. So first off, and I think I'll start from the bottom actually. This admin is here just because this user is an admin, so kind of ignore that. And let me make this a little bigger here. This apps area is really for those that remember the old, and by old, I mean like 6 months ago, portal.office.com, maybe it was, about 6 months ago. This is where your apps are across all your M365 apps, right? So just a new place, no more waffle up at the top. Now it's this pane here. And this is where you go find all the apps in your environment, right? So that's not a Copilot thing. It's just a new place for something you've had. On the create side, so this is kind of interesting. We have always had the ability within Copilot to ask it to make an image. And part of when we had that, and we still have that today, I can still do that right here. And you may remember Designer was a thing, and it's still a thing actually. Again, more on the consumer side now for generating those images. But Create is new, and as you can see from this, meant to be a one-stop shop for the creative side of you to make your images and other things like a poster, banner, or even a video through a text, description. And I think behind the scenes there is a different, model being used. So you will likely find better results for your images using this guide than to do it in chat today, as of today. So this is where I come now. Maybe in a pinch, I'll use Ask Chat to generate it, but I come to Create here to do that. So not only does it just do your standard image generation, but also kind of lets you make edits to it as well. For the sake of time, I don't know that I'll demo this here, but again, as you can see here, describe your image. and even the style and the size you want, whether you want it like portrait or wide, all these kind of things. Is just trying to help you out there. And then what you will see as you use it is you then get another interface for updates and tweaks to that image as well. Same with the video. You get a video AI generated for you based on your description. And then you can go into Clipchamp to make further edits on that video. So pretty cool stuff there. So I did want to call that out because, again, if you are doing images, I suggest you go there as opposed to the chat. Whether you go there versus Designer, it's probably similar. I don't know. You could try both of them. They certainly have similar goals in mind. But if you forgot Copilot, this is certainly convenient to be right there on the left-hand rail. Notebooks. Notebooks, in a nutshell, are a place to gather your content now in a world where our content includes AI chat results. So I've just asked Copilot a question. It's given me some great results. I want to store that over in a page. And we've seen how we do that in the past. Plus, I want to also store with it some related files, some PowerPoints here and a link to a website there and blah, blah, blah. And now I've got them all in a notebook, and I can now reason over that info in this nice, convenient spot. And in fact, let me open OneNote here for a sec. I want to see, yes, even in my demo environment here, you can see an integration. And this may be breaking news for many of you. You see the Copilot, and let me kind of make this bigger here. The integration of Copilot notebooks into OneNote, because for you OneNote fanatics out there like myself, the first thing you think when you see notebook is, oh my goodness, what about my beloved OneNote? Are they trying to replace this? Is this the new OneNote? At least today, no. In fact, it lives in a nice, friendly way along with my OneNote notebook. So I don't have any created yet, but I just want to show that actual OneNote integration. But again, think about them as a place to gather your content all together, and then continue to reason over that content as well. So that's there available. That's kind of an evolution of the Pages area here, where when we would talk, get a response from Copilot, we'd hit a button to move it over into a page, put all our content there. And then we'd have multiple pages, and now we can collect all those pages into a notebook. So you can kind of see here, once I create a notebook, I got all these things I could reference, like loop pages and documents and things like that. I can put them all together in a notebook. So we got that there. And again, that's the evolution of the Pages. Our Conversations area, where our previous conversations live. And then our agents, whether we want to create one. Obviously, this is different than consumer. There's no agent creation in the consumer one, Copilot. But I can hit that button to create an agent. We've done that in a previous episode. Or I can go see the agents in the agent store, some of which are built by Microsoft, some may be built by your company, and some may be third party. Just to call out, the researcher and analyst agent are super popular these days. The researcher one, I think I demoed that at the last session or the one before. These are part of the licensed version. But if you're a Copilot chat only, unlicensed, you still have all of these available to you. Okay. So yeah, Visual Creator, which I think is different than Designer and is different than Create. But you got that there as well. This may be an artifact from before that I just have pinned. And I've got some other agents there. So that's my agent section. Then of course, chat. And then our search area. It's got a refresh look. And let me see. I think I got some content for headsets. Yeah. So refresh look, but typically this is the enterprise search that you are used to. Okay. Then, of course, your work web tab for your licensed users. You may decide to do something in web only or go with work. You can see two separate conversation histories based on that tab. Would be one way to see that. And then recent pages, kind of similar to what we got down here. Scheduled prompts. We haven't really talked about this, but if you've got a prompt that you like to maybe run every day, that's what the scheduled prompts are about. So maybe the phrase summarize my emails, maybe you want that to run every day, that you can schedule them to happen. So that's where that occurs. There are a few settings in here related to personalization and memory, and more will be coming in this area. As you can see, the Copilot responses become more personalized. And so there's things in that area there that is, I think, still kind of rolling out, as we speak. So we got that there. I don't think I have anything in the agents category. Yep. All right. And then the last thing I'll call out is the prompt gallery. So the prompt gallery used to be called, aka.ms/Copilot Lab. That URL still works, but basically sends you to the website for the prompt gallery, a place for lots of suggestions of prompts to use. If you're one that has got a license and sitting and wondering, what do I do with this thing? This might be where you want to come for inspiration. Okay, and if you like something like this, summarize messages from the manager in the last 48 hours, you click it and it pops it right into your chat, ready to go. But what this is also good for is your prompts, which would be those prompts like, let's say I did like that one. I would bookmark it or save the prompt. And now it becomes a part of my prompts, right? So all my favorites can get saved here. I can, just like I did before, I can click on them and it pops it right in there. And then what the other thing we can do, though, is share those links internally in our org with others. So I either grab a copy of the link and paste that somewhere, or share with a team in my org. These are like teams in teams. So I could pick Contoso, for instance, and share that out. And eventually, I think that ends up showing up in a team prompts here. Maybe there's a teams prompts. There we go. Now that it's been shared, it's a team prompt. So shared by me, the mod administrator. And if I go to that team, let me see if that worked correctly. I was Contoso, I think. And maybe probably general. Let's see. I don't know where. I'd have to check to see where to find that, where that went. But actually, it may not even be. I don't think it is posted, but it is shared with that team, such that it is now in everybody that on that team. It's now in their team prompts area. Yeah, so it's not about posting it per se. It's just about it being a new team prompt. So those that used to use, Prompt Buddy, which was kind of a do-it-yourself repository for prompts. That's still good too. It has some other features this doesn't, but this also could be a good place to store and share your prompts as well. That's built right in the Copilot. I do wish it had some more gamification in it, likes and it may be coming. But to be able to like things and all that good stuff, categorize them a little better would be cool. All right. So that is a quick run around of this new interface. Again, it is relatively new. If it was this time this month, last month, I probably wouldn't have done this because I know for a fact there was still some tenants. I still had some customers that didn't have this new look, so it would have been a little premature, but I am relatively confident that it's all the way out now on the commercial side. So it should be out there. All right. So that is good stuff. Another just big shout out to the viewers today who helped me with my audio problems. If I could, had a gold star, I'd put it on the screen right now for you. I really appreciate that. So thanks for joining. Continue to use the chat. Continue to hit up the aka.ms page. In fact, let me go there real quick because so that aka.ms. Oh no, I stopped sharing. Hold on one sec. Come back here. Let me go here. That aka.ms link will take you here, and there is a little registration button that I've added just in case you want to let me know you're coming in. You have a question that you want me to answer on an upcoming episode. So I added that just because it was easy to do. So that's there, along with the links to the episodes wherever you may want to join as well. Okay, so I figured I'd call that out. All right. So I'm glad you joined me again for another week of Cat for Copilot, and sorry for the technical difficulties, but we made it. We did it. All right, another one in the books. All right, well, we'll see you next time. Check that web page, that site for the next date. I suspect not next week because I think that's the holiday week, if I remember right, or am I too early? I think that's right. So we're likely 2 weeks out from that. But that page will always have the date of the next one. So check it out, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.